Hey guys, and welcome to another video here for The Guide. I'm Benjamin, also known as Taz, and in this video you will learn all the new button combinations of FIFA 22. How to sprint as fast as nobody else, a new technique to player switch more precisely, and how you can catch your opponent totally off guard with a first time skill move. We are going to give you the instructions and also first tips on how to use it. Thanks to EA and the Creator Network for giving us the opportunity to play and capture FIFA 22 as early. Alright, let's go! The first new button combination is a complete new way to do a player switch when you're on defense. For this you have to press in the right stick and then icons appear above 4 of your players. The icons indicate in which direction you have to flick the right stick to switch to this player, either top, bottom, left or right. So all you have to do is press in the right stick and then flick it in a certain direction to switch to the desired player. When you press in the right stick again, the icons disappear without a player switch happening. This technique can help you to do very specific player switches, especially in situations at which it's hard to use the normal right stick player switch, because your players are so close together. In those situations you can accidentally switch to the wrong player. With the icon player switch you are much more precise. It's going to take some time to get used to this technique and most definitely something that you have to train. The muscle memory and also the cognitive process is something that you have to learn in order to be fast enough. My tip for this technique is don't open up the menu and then think about to which player you want to switch. It has to be the other way around. Already have a clear target in mind and then press in the right stick and right after flick the stick to do the switch. Otherwise you are too slow. Next up we have something which works in defense and attack, but it's more noticeable in attack. It's called the explosive sprint and the execution is pretty simple. When you press the R2 or RT button and keep your direction straight, you accelerate faster in that direction than usual. The effect is not as drastic, but noticeable. In my opinion, this comes very naturally and you don't have to actively think about using it as much, because this is more or less how you already did it in previous years. But this year there's more emphasis on the acceleration when you do it straightforward. That is how you have the best effect. The same applies for defenders. They also have the possibility to accelerate faster, but having a straight running direction in the moment when you press the sprint button is important. When attacking, finding the right timing and situation is key for mastering this aspect, as it can also be quite dangerous to accelerate in a certain direction since you lose control over the ball. I find it especially hard to slow down into a dribbling with close control after the explosive sprint. So be careful in which situations you press the sprint button in midfield. It can lead you in big trouble. Explosive sprint isn't enough risk for you and you want more? Try the super knock-on. Press the sprint button and flick the right stick twice in the direction that you want to get to. Your player will knock on the ball even further than usual. You can do this technique while standing, slowly dribbling or already fully running. You can actually do it in all different directions. The flick of the right stick determines it, but it might be quite challenging for your player to keep up with this movement. Players with high values for agility and balance have an advantage here. I think the prime situation for this technique is in a running duel, for example on the wing. It can help you to give the edge to cut inside in front of the opponent. But I also have to say those knock-ons out of a slow dribble look also quite powerful. This might be something which gets discovered in the next couple of weeks and all of a sudden is totally OP. If that is the case, you will hear most definitely about it in our brand new The Guide Plus app. The Guide Plus helps you to improve and climb those ranks in the weekend league and division rivals. The app for The Guide Plus just launched and is completely free to use for the entire month of October. On The Guide Plus, we release new videos and articles every week to help you improve all aspects of your game on a daily basis. On the app, you can easily navigate through various categories and find tips on the topics you struggle with the most. Or you just head into our courses section to follow our structured guides, track your progress and earn badges. Along the way, our different quiz types help you to test your knowledge and learn more efficiently. Everything you need to improve at FIFA, all in one place. Find the link to our The Guide Plus app in the video description and try it out for yourself. There's a new element to skill moves which can be extremely powerful, but also confusing and complicated as hell. In FIFA 22 you can do a variety of skill moves right away when the ball gets to your player. This was possible for fake shots and in some situations for certain skill moves like the ball roll, but now there are many more. Elastico, sombrero flick, roulette, dragbacks or the 4-touch turn, just to name a few. But this can be extremely complicated since the input for skill moves is related to the direction that your player faces, and he might change that while he approaches the ball. So it can be the case that you do the input but in the wrong direction, resulting in another skill move than intended, or just nothing happens. Note that not every skill move can be done first time, for example step overs or body feints, and you can't do the other skill moves first time over driven pass. I think this can be a fun mechanic, but it's also very hard to pull it off reliably. It might be the case that there will be certain combination of skill move and situation which can be extremely broken. We will find out this season. Technical clearance. Alright, this might be a little bit more difficult to explain. I mean, the technique is quite simple. All you have to do is press R1 and circle or RB plus B. But what is the difference to a normal clearance? With a technical clearance, your player always tries to clear the ball by shooting it forward, even though you might aim towards your own goal. This isn't the case for a normal clearance by pressing only circle or B. Here the input of the left stick matters. Please note, the way clearances work is changed in FIFA 22. There is a new option in the controller settings, and with the directional setting, which is the default one, your aiming with the left stick is usually taken more into consideration when clearing the ball. But with a technical clearance, that doesn't matter and the clearance is always forward. The benefit of this is that you don't have to quickly adjust your aiming with the left stick and you can just kick it out forward. It can be used when your opponent is pressing and you have to get some relief by just kicking the ball out of your own half. The downside of this way of clearing the ball is that it might take longer, which gives the opponent player more time to disturb you in some way. At last, we have a little trick for your dribbling. By pressing in the right stick while dribbling, you do a dink touch to flick up the ball. The height and distance is depending on your running speed as well as the direction you do the dink touch. In the last few years, you were already able to flick up the ball by pressing in the right stick while standing or very slow dribbling. Now you can do it all the time, even at the highest speeds. This might be useful to get the ball past an opponent, especially when he tackles, but this is something that we have to experiment with a little bit. These were the neat little tricks which you should be aware of when you start playing the game. Some of them might be completely irrelevant for you, but some others might turn out to be a game changer during the season. We wanted to give you an overview of these with a few starting tips and explanations so you can try it out for yourself. As soon as we have more experience with these moves and they become part of the meta, we will let you know, especially with the lessons in our brand new app for the Guide Plus. This leads me to the question of the day. What do you guys think is the most useful new button combination of those? Let us know in the comments. At the end, we want to thank you guys for the incredible support during this release of FIFA 22. Already over 1000 likes on the new skill moves video. That's incredible and helps us a lot, so please keep it up if you enjoy our videos and don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications. Much more videos coming soon. And if you're interested in improving in one of the most efficient ways, check out our website for more information about our private coaching offers. On the website you can book your elite, top 200 or pro player to get your individual coaching tailored to your specific needs. You can find the link in the video description. So this is it from my side. Thanks for watching. Keep a clean sheet. I'm out.